what is the impact of 21st century technology on human nature? This is Chatterbox, Carter speaking. Well, as passed along in the last episode of Chatterbox, we have seen from a senior citizen's perspective that the evolution of technology is unpredictable and could put an end to the world, or at least the human race. The beginning of technology started all the way back 3 million years ago when it was believed that humans started using stone tools. Now, that is technology in general, but my part is about the evolution of electronic technology, where this just began in 1897 when J.A. Fleming invented the vacuum tube. Not actually sure how to explain it in normal English, but what it does is controls the current flow between a cathode and an anode. It is used in circuits for day-to-day items such as televisions, microwaves, the phone in your pocket, to massive science projects such as satellites and radar communication devices. After the World Wars, this device was used in the first computers in 1943 in England and 1945 in the US. There are theories that Nikola Tesla invented the first wireless radio from before the vacuum diode, but that wouldn't be possible. Therefore, after the first computers came, the first televisions, then refrigerators, then microwaves, then the first phones. As you hopefully know, the first phone would the first phone hung off the wall with long curly wires that would stretch a mile, as well as a rotary, as long as the rotary to dial the number. Then came the house phone, which was wireless and had an actual number pad, but you still couldn't text. Then came the first modern iPhone, released on June 29th, 2011 or 2007. On said iPhones, you could download games, take pictures, text, send emails, all sorts of cool things. Ever since those first iPhones, the only differences are size, supposedly cameras, and the different customizable things you could do with the iPhone itself. We are also we also now have laptops. These laptops can be used to play games, write, do work, etc. But something cooler than computers was the creation of artificial intelligence, aka AI. In 2016, the first ever self-thinking robot, Sophia, was built and posted all over social media. Then in 2017, Facebook created two online AI robots to argue, but they were shut down when they went from English to an unknown language that they seemed to have created on their own. Before you know it, AI was released to the public in 2020, where it was proposed for writing essays, poetry, being used as an information source, etc. You can now go to a website and ask AI anything you want, but if your request includes anything over G rated, then your request will be denied. Not only has technology taken over the world mentally, but it is believed that AI will take over the world sooner than you might think. Studies done by MIT School of Engineering show that there is a 10% chance that robots will take over the world in the next 9 years, and a scary 50-50 chance that this will happen within 45 years. Here is a little bit of a citation from an article that I found. This article here on my script is with Sam Altman, and it shows the dangers of how AI, how much we trust and show this kind. We have given them so much information on us that they do have the power to take over the world once they take over a larger physical form. The article, Technology Over the Long Run, talks great about how it has evolved from radios and first computers to AI in the future, but doesn't cover how it could be dangerous. Technology in the past couple decades has changed humans mentally due to social media. Social media changes the socially acceptable things so much that you can't tell who is from what era. Teens' grades are decreasing incredibly due to having social media and game addictions. As well, since social media, more specifically Snapchat, the amount of abductions have gone up by 23% because of information given out online. Technology has affected human nature well because it is easy to find information for studies and curiosity, easy to find ways to explain stuff, etc. But it is also bad because you can find things uncensored that are unholy, as well as easy to find information on specific people. Human nature is easily changeable, and the latest, biggest changes are all due to social media, artificial intelligence, and what is socially acceptable.
This is Samuel back again on Chatterbox. This is the final episode on our podcast. For this episode, I'm discovering how technology has shaped our lives and how it shaped society's lives also. The invention of the smartphones and the advancements made in computers, these pieces of technology have made positive and negative effects in the daily lives of everyone. And the positives of the advancement in technology is that it helps with medical research. There's more ways of dealing with sickness and helping people being with the new revolutionized technology and advancements. More diseases are being cured and more advanced equipment is being made to help ill people. It also helps with the advancements in technology in workspaces. Technology makes completing work more productive and efficient. Technology also aids the world to communicate amongst each other. You could text your friend across an entire ocean in seconds because of the revolutionary technology of communication. By communicating on your cell phone, you can communicate anytime, almost anywhere, and almost anyone on a small pocket-sized device. Now it's time for the negative impacts of technology on humanity. First of all, social media is created for its viewers to become addicted to their phones. According to an article by Nicole Russell, I am always on social media and I'm pretty sure you are too. This article goes on about how social media is dangerous for its viewers because of its effects on our dopamine. The main apps of social media are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and they're used to connect people online, or that's what their purpose was. Now, people around the world can post pictures, videos to express their ideas and interests on these social media platforms. Um, and also, anyone can interact with videos online, and you can do this by liking, disliking, commenting their opinion on the video or picture, or following. Now, this article explains how social media platforms use intelligent algorithms to show viewers videos that they would feel more relatable to so they can watch more and more videos because the algorithm uses data in your phone to give a feed of videos that is more relatable because these intelligent apps do research and it shows that if a video is more relatable, the viewer is probably gonna most likely will like it more because if a viewer likes the video, then they'll get like a feeling of relaxation, which is known as dopamine, which on social media this is the main problem because the viewer will get an addiction through dopamine, which is like a feeling of relaxation when you're watching a video. And this is how you get hooked to social media because dopamine is being released in your brain every time you watch a video and you feel relaxed or enjoyment when you're watching it. So that's why the social media companies use you so they can get more time. Now, social media companies are almost evil because they can make a bunch of money off of you from watching your videos all the time from ad revenue because nothing's free in this world. You think a free app like TikTok doesn't make money? No, because they have to pay for stuff. So obviously they're making money through you watching videos on there for hours and hours. So instead of studying for a test I have tomorrow, like in math, I'm instead hooked watching Instagram Reels for 5 hours instead because I just wanted to take a 10-minute break on Instagram, and next thing I know, it's 12 at night, and I didn't get any work done. The second problem with social media is how it reduces productivity in people, especially students in high school. From an article from Paige McPherson, quality testing data shows why smartphones are of no place in the classroom. This article takes a deep dive by using calculated data to demonstrate how social media and smartphones are making students less productive and achieve lower grades than students who don't use smartphones. According to a study by the PISA, Program for International Student Assessment, that students who are distracted from their phones are getting test grades of 15 points or 15% lower than students who say they're not distracted by their phones. This data shows that phones are a major impact on the productivity and focus of the students. In the province of British Columbia, students' grade in math class has gone down over 42 points or percent over the last 20 years. The statistics show that newer generations are getting lower and lower grades every year. Another statistic shows that 45% of students have anxiety from their cell phones. This survey shows that cell phones are causing more anxiety, which is the main reason for the decreased learning. In conclusion, I believe that social media was created for a good purpose of connecting different people online, but in the end it started to harm us for its viewers, making them feed off of content from their complex algorithms and also plummeting their productivity, especially showing in the classroom. This is Samuel signing off for the last time on this podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode on Chatterbox. My name is Caleb, and today we're talking about technology and how it's changing us for the better or for the worse. First, let's talk about technology. Technology can actually help us learn new and exciting skills. Apps and games can help us learn to solve problems and even improve our knowledge. But here's the catch. Too much technology can mess with our mental health. Spending a lot of time on social media can make us feel sad or anxious. A study found that teens who use social media for more than 3 hours a day can get depressed or stressed quickly. So it's good to use tech, but not too much. An example of a scenario that can help back up this claim is at the start of this year at ABJ, there was a presentation about technology and how it can mess with a student's mental health. It showed a graph analytics that proved this example. There was a part in the presentation where there was a student that spent over the average amount of time on their phone, and they were more prone to feeling depressed and anxious. And in my opinion, the worst part of this entire scenario is that these applications, for example, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all share one thing in common. They track your data and find the most relatable videos to a certain individual. Now, that's exactly why they track your data, to create videos or find videos and send them to those certain individuals. It creates a unbalance in a person's dopamine system if they watch these videos for a prolonged amount of time. It's kind of like a rabbit hole. Once you start, you can't really go back. You just want to keep feeding your mind with more and more dopamine. This is also very tragic because social media shows a lot of unrealistic standards that the average person is not at all like. What about relationships? Technology makes it easy to stay in touch with friends and family. Social media has also helped important causes like raising money for cancer patients. An example of this is when I was raising money for cancer. I played in the world's longest hockey game where people could donate money to the U of A for cancer research. All players had to create their own online site where people could donate to this fundraiser. This is an example of how technology can be useful. To further back up this claim, I played in the world's longest hockey game, and being able to create my own website was amazing. It gives the opportunity to anybody in the world to donate for a good cause. This really shows how far technology has gone, because when my parents were growing up, it was a luxury to even have internet. But technology can also make us worse at talking to people face to face. We spend so much time texting that we forget how to have a real conversation. So even though we're connected online, it is always important to have a true, meaningful connection or conversation with other people. I think it is extremely important to always have friendships with others and have a true conversation. Not just what's up, hi, hey, but a conversation where you can relate to someone or talk about something you're really invested in or interested in. This is very helpful for people because it gives you a refresher in your mind. It's refreshing. If we didn't have this and we only communicated through technology, I think that the world would be in a more negative space than what it is at this moment. Now let's talk about work. Tech is changing how people make money. Apps like Uber and Airbnb let people work in new ways. But on the flip side, machines are starting to take over jobs, which could cause problems in the future. Example of how technology is taking over people's jobs is in factories. It's extremely easy for a robot to do this job, but many people depend on this job, right? It's what they need to put food on the table for their families. It's just tragic for those families that have to go through this. You can already see it happening at places like Walmart, where you just have to tap your card on the machine, scan your item, and you're out of the store. It's bonkers. That's what it is. And then there's privacy. Big tech companies like Facebook and Google now know a lot about us because they track everything we do online. This is called surveillance capitalism. It's very disturbing. And not only disturbing, but I think scary because they sell this information to people on the internet. This is why Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and many other platforms know so much about us. But not all tech is bad. Tech is also helping the environment. Things like solar power and wind energy are helping us use less unenvironmentally friendly materials like coal and oil, which makes the planet greener and safer space for everybody. So what's the bottom line here? Technology is changing us both in a good and bad way. It can help us learn and stay connected, but it can also mess with our mental health and privacy. The key is to find a balance and not let it take over our lives and still have meaningful moments with our friends and family. Thanks for checking us out. If you ever want to see another episode, check us out on Chatterbox on YouTube.